Hey guys, what's up? It's Jimmy, aka Agent Batchelor with the Leaderboard, and today we're going to be covering 2018 Overwatch predictions, because yeah, 2018 is right around the corner. Make sure you guys subscribe and hit that bell to become part of our notification squad, and let's get right into it. With the addition of Moira, the champion pool is brought up to 26 in total. And now, with the pace that Blizzard's been working at, I'm expecting to see at least 3 or 4 new champions throughout 2018. I'd honestly be happy with 3 or 4 champions throughout 2018, but I wish they would put out a couple more. Just to have a little bit more variety. I got a little sick of playing Doomfist already, and he hasn't even been out for that long. I understand that the meta can shift greatly with the introduction of new characters. Like, we saw this with Anna, the triple tank meta, and we knew that was a disaster. Let's not do that again, but introducing more heroes, I think, is the way to go. You'll keep everyone interested, for a long period of time. There's also a lot of interesting concept art. I don't know if you guys saw at the beginning of, I want to say 2016, when a lot of images were getting leaked, a lot of information about the game was really coming out. We had this one really interesting piece. On the picture, there's so many different kinds of heroes. There's tanks, there's spider creatures with pink hair, and we later found out that was Zarya. There's clearly lots of interesting new ideas floating around at the Blizzard headquarters, so I would be impressed if I saw a couple more heroes per year. Let me know what you guys think for sure, because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that feels like that. So I'm expecting to see some sort of change to the queuing system. There's just way too many people that are discontent with the way it is now, and I kind of get it, because, if you're a person playing alone in the competitive ladder of Overwatch, as competitive as it is, you don't want to run into duos, you don't want to run into trios, you don't want to run into anybody that can be queuing with someone that's going to be giving them an unfair advantage in that game, because, it ruins the competitive nature of it. So it's like, you don't want that. If you're playing solo, you should be able to play solo with other people that are playing solo. Pretty simple. I don't think it's that hard to implement, but I'm no game developer, so I don't know. So speaking of things I'd like to change in the game, how about we not ever go through a period of time where I have to play Mercy or I'm gonna lose? I have an hour of playtime on Mercy this season. That was probably the most infuriating hour of anybody that I've ever played, just because I was never wanting to play that person. I never go into a game wanting to play Mercy, but for a couple months I had to. Why? Because if I wasn't playing Mercy, no one else was, and we were losing the game just because Resurrection was hugely unbalanced. Going forward, Blizzard, let's talk about balancing heroes. Let's not have that happen again. Take your time on the PTR, because that's what it is. It's a public test realm. Test out these changes extensively before pushing them to competitive. Otherwise, you end up with a World Cup of world-class supports that play Anna, Zenyatta, Lucio, all being forced to play Mercy, because once again, if they're not playing Mercy, they're losing. That's it. I should not be getting more points for playing Mercy than for popping off as Widow. I could have the most kills, the best crit hit accuracy, I could just be demolishing everybody, and I would still get less SR than I did for playing Mercy and healing my Reinhardt for 9,000 health. Dude, come on. So defense heroes have been kind of in a weird spot for a long time, because I don't know about you, but I play Widow on attack. Call me a thrower, but I'm Grandmaster. Yeah, we've been stuck with the same old 6 defense heroes ever since the launch. We got Bastion, Hanzo, Junkrat, Mage, Torbjorn, and Widowmaker. So it's basically the only category that hasn't received a new one. I don't know what it'll be, in my opinion. I think you definitely use another sniper, because the game totally needs it. No, I don't know what makes a defense hero even, but how do they decide these were defensive characters? Maybe we'll actually see a pure defensive hero. Torbjorn's maybe as close to a pure defense hero as you can get, but even Torb, you get an attack with a resale and Junkertown. That is just nuts, and people are doing it all the time. So it's not just a very niche little thing. It's an actual strat, man. But yeah, definitely leave it in the comments below what you guys think. What does a pure defensive hero look like in your eyes? Let me know. Other than gameplay changes and the introduction of a couple new heroes, I'm excited for new PvE game modes, something like Uprising or Junkenstein's Revenge, and definitely some more lore, man. I don't know about you guys, but lore has been probably the one thing that's been drawing me to Blizzard the most over the years. With Diablo 1, 2, and 3, StarCraft, Warcraft, they've been hitting it out of the park, and Overwatch actually been no different whatsoever. You gotta give it to them. That Reinhardt short had me almost tearing up. That was so sad. It's ridiculous the amount of emotion that Blizzard can draw from people just from these shorts, and even people that don't have any sort of interest in the game whatsoever. That's a first in my books. I can't show someone a Call of Duty trailer and have them be like, yeah, bro, this is good emotional quality moving television here. No. But if you take a look at the Overwatch ones, you know, you get some actual emotion. Like, they somehow bring life into these characters. Speaking of big events, though, I'm not sure if you guys saw that Hanzo and Alexandria short where they're going into Heroes of the Storm. There's portals to other universes there. So there's portals to the Diablo universe, StarCraft, and World of Warcraft. So there's lots of doors that they've just opened up. I mean, if it's anything like the Sombra arc that had us data mining for weeks on end and had the subreddit literally up in flames, I would leave it up to Blizzard to get this one right. They mentioned that they were going to be doing some more arcs, but there haven't been any yet. Some people have been really still data mining, trying to find out the next littlest piece of information, but not much has been found. I think some of you call it ARGs. I've always called it an ARG. Yeah, we can get into semantics later, you know. So brings me to my next prediction. There's going to be no stop in progress in 2018. So that basically means Blizzard, when they set up their games, they do so in a very grand manner. Look at the games like StarCraft, Diablo, and Warcraft. They've been in production from what, the 90s now? 96, I think. New Year's was Diablo 1. And they've been unfolding that story for about 20 years. And when I think about a Blizzard game, I think about a long period of time. Because StarCraft, Warcraft, Diablo, all have been around for, you know, about 2 decades now. So that leads me to thinking, am I going to be playing Overwatch in 2 decades? Is the hero pool ever going to reach that size? Because look at like League of Legends. They have about, what, 126, 127, something in the triple digit range. That's clearly helping them. You know, they have 10 character bands in their hero pools when they do competitive play. Will Overwatch ever reach a point where I'm going to have a nice large pool of champions? League of Legends started off with 40 heroes, and while that is more than what Overwatch started off with, it did take them quite a long time to reach the 138 that they're sitting at now. So what I'm saying is give Blizzard some time, and I'm sure they could build up a roster that's just as formidable. So I talked briefly about PvE before. I didn't really go in depth with it, but reason is it's not necessarily my favorite. I guess what's more appealing to me is the lore aspect to it. With Junkenstein's Revenge, we got the whole creation story of Dr. Junkenstein and his monster, and it was cool. Like, the game itself was sort of fun, kind of challenging on harder difficulties, but you know, I'm more of a competitive player deep at heart, and the lore is what drew me to it. So I'm really expecting another seasonal event like Uprising, Junkenstein's Revenge, something like that. Let me know what you guys think, definitely, because there's a lot of events that they could touch on that they haven't touched on yet. Yeah, in the past we've had the Halloween events for Junkenstein's Revenge. We've had the Summer Olympics games, of which we got a bunch of cool skins. Lots of cool stuff came out of that one. And then we had May's Winter Wonderland Adventure or something. It was something about that snowball game mode. There was a couple good seasonal events. What I'm expecting in 2018 though is maybe a little departure from the norm, because we've already had the summer games twice at this point. I'd be really disappointed if we had it for a 3rd time, but what would be cool is if we had the 2018 Winter Olympics, because that is happening. South Korea actually, so more the reason, right? Just pump up that Overwatch gear. But yeah, honestly, there's lots of events going on worldwide that they could choose, and you know, with such a diverse cast, it'd be really awesome to see them emphasize maybe some lesser known things. So lots of opportunities, lots of open doors for them. We'll just have to watch and see for that one. Once again, it's Jimmy, aka Jim Basco, aka Jim Basco TV, because I know you're dying to follow me on Twitter and keep up with all my spicy tweets. Those are my predictions for Overwatch in 2018. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. I'm super interested to hear what you guys think of the next champion, and you know, just in general, your predictions for 2018. I will be dying to read them. Subscribe and hit that bell icon, because you know you want to become part of that notification squad so you can find out whenever our videos are being posted. Also, stay tuned to the Leaderboard, your home for video game facts.